I mean, I liked it. It was a lot of fun, and a lot of work and preparation goes into getting ready each season. So I thought it was all right for my first outing of the year. So I was pretty pleased.
I guess how's the team kind of coming back? After what a disappointing weekend.
I mean, today's our first practice back. Yesterday was an off day, so I'm just gonna take it for what it is and learn from it and build off of it. So.
What can you guys take from an opening weekend like that?
I mean, just know where let's say like not necessarily weaknesses, but where we need to be better. I mean, we could definitely pitch better, and we lacked some consistency early on with hitting, but I think we kind of got it straightened out towards the end. We just need to play better as a unit as well. So.
What has Coach Bolt's message been the last couple weeks?
Just I would say more of like this is kind of some adversity, and just how will we respond from it. Like more along the lines of like trust the process. It's a long season, and not every team that wins their opening series makes it to the World Series, and not every team that loses their first weekend series doesn't make it. So.
Can you describe just the mental challenge as a pitcher when the command isn't there, when you're trying to throw strikes, obviously, and it's not happening? How do you work through that?
Everyone's kind of different because all pitchers are weird, but I think for me it's just catching your breath and finding that focus point. I mean, everyone's got a different thing that ticks for them, but just really not so much worrying about like being perfect and trying to hit a spot, and just fill up the zone, because good hitters are going to get themselves out. So just trust that that'll happen, and have some conviction when you throw it.
You always hear about northern teams that practice inside and they go play outside, and there's adjustment offensively. Is that a thing on the pitching side too? If you've been primarily working indoors and you get out in warmer weather, is there an adjustment sort of period for a pitcher as well?
I mean, there probably could be, but I don't think there is. I mean, it's still 60 feet 6 inches, and the strike zone's still the same. And every umpire's got a little different zone, and it's all about how you adapt to it that day. And you don't always have your best, but it's the good guys figure out a way to make it work with what they got.
All pitchers are weird, Jace?
I mean, everyone's unique. I guess maybe if weird's not the right word. But
How are you unique then?
I mean, just like if you watch me warm up, my routine, it's not going to be the same as anybody. Everybody on the team's got their own thing and got their own like pre-game like ritual things. Like far as maybe what they eat, the order they stretch, how long they play catch, how many pitches they throw in the bullpen. Everyone's different.
What goes into establishing your own personal routine? Like how do you come about your nutrition, your warm up, and all the things that go into getting you prepared for an outing?
I mean, I think for me, it starts probably in high school, but it's kind of just like with anybody that does anything. You do something once and it works, and then you kind of stay with it, and then you pick and choose, what you keep and what you get rid of. And
Is there a player, a hitter, pitcher who impressed you just on your side from opening weekend?
Yeah, Carey definitely. As far as a hitter, filled some I would say got in had some pretty big at bats for opening weekend, especially kind of like where we put him in the lineup. It wasn't like a lot of pressure, and he just kind of did it on his own. And then I would say Jalen Worthley out of the bullpen came in for his first outing. I don't even remember, but it was like a high leverage situation with one out, and he got 2 big punch outs with runners on base and got out of it. That was pretty huge.
Does Carey feel like a freshman to you after this weekend? Or is his performance?
I mean, I would say he doesn't feel like a freshman to me anymore. Most kind of what they say is like they're a freshman their first semester, but then once you come back, everyone's kind of equal. And especially probably knowing that he was going to be the starting third baseman, it's like you you don't really see him as a freshman. You just see him as like a role player. Like, you know, you need him. You can't just. I would say seeing them as like a freshman might be like trying to see like a weakness in them, but it shouldn't be. He's just another good player.
You mentioned what Bolt said to you guys and you leading this past weekend. To motivate you for this weekend.
I mean, for me personally, I know what I did wrong, and I know the things that I could work on. And then I also think being a pitcher and maybe being a starter, which maybe you can be seen more as a leader, I could probably help some of our guys that maybe struggled this weekend. Being an older guy that's thrown a lot of innings in college, like having them like see me go out there with experience, and then just having years of experience, like just helping them, I guess, ease into it. Maybe if there's any pressures that they're feeling, you know, hopefully help them release them. So.
Thanks, Jace.
Thanks, Jace.